As Russian bombers relentlessly pounded Ukraine with missiles and bombs, Kyiv unleashed a daring counterattack. In this counterattack, Ukraine's special forces carried out a series of daring strikes against the Russian airfields, and what happened next shocked the world. Let's dive deeper into the details of this ongoing conflict. Welcome back to our channel where we bring you the most up-to-date news from around the world. Before starting this video, please subscribe and press the bell icon for getting notifications about our upcoming videos. Also, please take some time to look at these breaking news stories that we have for you. In an unprecedented move, Ukraine has launched a series of devastating attacks on Russian airfields in an effort to counter Moscow's relentless bombing campaign. The strikes come in response to Russia's recent escalation in hostilities, which has seen a significant increase in air raids across Ukraine. Ukraine's military has been utilizing a combination of long-range drones and missiles to target Russian airfields deep within enemy territory. These attacks have resulted in the destruction of numerous Russian aircraft and the disruption of air operations. As the conflict continues to intensify, it remains to be seen how Russia will respond to these Ukrainian strikes and what further actions may be taken. Now, let's delve into this ongoing conflict. The Russian bombers took off from Alania, Engels, and Ryazan, 3 air bases far from the front lines. Their mission was clear: saturate key Ukrainian targets with as many bombs as possible. Russia deployed a mix of Tu-95 bombers and supersonic fighters like the Su-34 and 35. These aircraft unleashed over 60 cruise missiles and 20 caliber bombs on Kyiv. But this time, Ukrainian air defenses were ready. They shot down 37 of the cruise missiles and 13 of the bombs. While some debris did hit residential areas causing fires and damaging buildings, most of the explosives fell harmlessly away from the city center. It wasn't just about taking out planes or missiles. It was a battle for hearts and minds. Russia thought they'd break the will of the people by making Kyiv a scene of destruction. But Ukrainians showed remarkable bravery. They rushed to shelters during the attacks and went about their daily lives afterward. Mayor Vitaly Klitschko urged calm but acknowledged the psychological toll on the city. Meanwhile, President Zelenskyy posted a defiant message on social media, underlining Ukraine's resilience. He said, "Tonight, the Russian fascists attacked Ukraine with missiles and aircraft. More than 30 missiles were shot down. Thank you to our warriors, who with every day breaking the enemy's plans to destroy Ukraine." This attack is part of Russia's pattern of targeting civilian infrastructure, violating international law, and seeking to demoralize the Ukrainian population. Despite these attacks, the Ukrainian people remain steadfast in their courage and determination to defend their country. But the story doesn't end there. In a bold move, Ukraine's special forces carried out daring strikes on the Russian airfields, hitting the very bases from where the bombers took off. This came as a surprise to the Russian military, caught off guard by the audacity of the attacks. The strikes were carefully planned and timed to inflict maximum damage on the Russian Air Force. Explosions were heard at the Engels and Ryazan airfields, sending shockwaves through the Russian defense establishment. Videos circulating online showed burning aircraft and a massive crater at Engels, suggesting that Ukraine had successfully targeted strategic bombers and possibly fighter jets. Eyewitnesses reported seeing multiple destroyed aircraft and damaged hangars, while others spoke of intense explosions and thick black smoke filling the air. This brings us to the heart of the matter. What was the true extent of the damage caused by these daring Ukrainian strikes? As it turns out, the attacks on the airfields were far more devastating than initially thought. Ukraine's special forces have managed to destroy a total of 8 Russian aircraft, including 6 strategic bombers and 2 fighter jets. The loss of these aircraft dealt a significant blow to Russia's air force capabilities, affecting its ability to conduct aerial operations and strike targets within Ukraine. The targeting of both strategic bombers and fighter jets showcased Ukraine's tactical brilliance and its ability to adapt to changing circumstances on the battlefield. Now, let's turn our attention to the global implications of these attacks. The international community has widely condemned Russia's decision to escalate its bombing campaign, with many nations expressing grave concern over the potential for civilian casualties and the targeting of critical infrastructure. The use of long-range bombers to attack Kyiv in particular has raised tensions, as it marks a significant escalation in the conflict. As the situation continues to develop, the international community is closely monitoring events and calling for restraint and de-escalation. Diplomatic efforts are underway to seek a peaceful resolution to the conflict and prevent further hostilities. Moving on, we'll explore the broader context of Ukraine's response to Russia's military actions. Since the commencement of the conflict, Ukraine has demonstrated remarkable resilience and tenacity in defending its territory and sovereignty in the face of Russia's aggression. Ukrainian armed forces have mounted a fierce counter-offensive, inflicting heavy losses on the invading forces despite being heavily outnumbered and outgunned. Ukrainian troops have successfully repelled numerous Russian assaults, demonstrating unwavering courage and determination. Moreover, Ukraine has received substantial support from its international partners, forming a united front against Russia's unjustifiable invasion. Through military aid, financial assistance, and diplomatic backing, Ukraine's allies have stood in solidarity, providing crucial help to sustain Ukraine's defense capabilities and bolster its position on the global stage. However, it's important to acknowledge that this conflict has had profound implications for the Ukrainian people. Millions have been internally displaced, facing immense hardships and uncertainty. Cities have been reduced to rubble, causing irreparable damage to infrastructure and depriving civilians of essential services. The economic and social costs have been staggering, leaving lasting scars on the nation's psyche. Nevertheless, the spirit of resilience and unity continues to define Ukraine's response to this crisis. Despite the physical and emotional toll, Ukrainians from all walks of life have come together, supporting one another and their heroic defenders. The unwavering commitment to freedom, democracy, and self-determination serves as a beacon of hope in these dark times. As the conflict persists, it is crucial to continue advocating for peaceful resolution, promoting dialogue, and seeking a just and lasting peace. The international community must remain steadfast in its support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity, while working tirelessly to alleviate the suffering of civilians caught in this devastating war. Ultimately, it is the people of Ukraine who deserve our deepest empathy and support as they navigate the challenges and strive to rebuild their lives amidst the ruins of war. Finally, let's shift our focus to the broader implications of this ongoing conflict. The actions of Ukraine and Russia have sent ripples across the international stage, raising concerns about the stability of European security and the potential for further escalation. The deployment of long-range bombers and strikes on key targets have heightened tensions, prompting calls for restraint and de-escalation from world leaders and international organizations. As the situation continues to evolve, it is imperative for all parties involved to prioritize diplomatic efforts, seek peaceful resolutions, and work towards a lasting ceasefire. The international community must remain engaged, promoting dialogue and offering necessary support to facilitate a peaceful resolution to this conflict. It is vital that we collectively work towards a future where peace prevails, dialogue is prioritized, and the security and well-being of all nations are respected and protected. We've reached the conclusion of this gripping narrative of courage and resilience in the face of adversity. Ukraine's daring strikes on Russian airfields have left an indelible mark, not only on the course of the conflict, but also on the international stage. The world witnessed the tenacity of the Ukrainian spirit as they defended their homeland against all odds. From the air raid sirens echoing through Kyiv to the successful downing of Russian missiles and bombers, each moment was a testament to Ukraine's unwavering determination. The destruction of Russian aircraft on the ground showcased Ukraine's tactical brilliance and strategic vision. By targeting critical military assets, Ukraine dealt a significant blow to Russia's air force, disrupting their operations and weakening their ability to wage war. This video has been packed with action and suspense, but if you crave even more thrilling content, stay tuned for more updates. Your support means everything to us, and we promise to keep bringing you the most captivating stories from around the world. Until then, farewell. Thank you for joining us on this journey through courage, resilience, and the unbreakable spirit of Ukraine.